We're gonna need a lot of room for this one, guys. Ugh. Boom! What is up, guys? My name is Mark Santamaria. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RC vlog. Oh man, today is a special day. We have the new TRAXXAS XRT. We're gonna drive it. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about it in this video as quickly as I can. Massive. Damn. All right, guys, here she is, the new TRAXXAS XRT. This thing is freaking massive. First thing I noticed with the body on are these huge air holes. Look at this. I mean, you can see right through. These are actually functioning air holes. There's a gigantic hole on the top of the body. It looks like it gets a whole bunch of airflow. Let's remove the body so you guys can see this. There you go. I know that platform looks familiar, guys. It looks just like a TRAXXAS X Max. It is not a TRAXXAS X Max. It's actually a TRAXXAS X Max with an LCG chassis. It's a new chassis. Look at this. Oh, look at these. Look at these fans. These massive fans on the motor. Everything's mounted in the center. This thing looks so sick. When I first saw it like this, because I did see it beforehand. When I first saw it like this, I thought it was a gigantic sledge. I thought maybe it had a metal chassis. It does not, which is good. I think that this platform is amazing. The X Max / Max chassis platform, it works. It's very durable. It's awesome. So the fact that they just lowered the center of gravity on it is freaking amazing. So the new things on it are this front steering stuff, the bearing carriers, the uprights, the arms. It basically comes with wide max arms, front and rear. The shocks are different. The shocks are a little bit shorter. They're not as long as the X Max shocks. So my understanding is it's gonna stand very much like a truggy, just a really, really big truggy. These wheels and tires, these are really, like the rubber is very firm. It doesn't look like it's gonna expand a lot like the sledge did. I think these tires are gonna be awesome, but they almost look kind of on-roadish. But they do have some knobs on there, so it'll be good off-road / on-road tires, but I don't think they're gonna be ballooning much. This is the 8S ESC, same power system you would see in the TRAXXAS X Max. You guys are probably wondering what it looks like under the car. There it is. An LCG TRAXXAS X Max. That is so awesome. Oh man, I'm so excited to see how this thing performs. I have not driven one yet. I just got it and saw one. Have not. It is heavy, super heavy, even without the batteries. This wing, check out this wing. How heavy duty this wing is. This wing is legit. Apparently they made some upgrades to the diff cases also. And this front, well, I think they call it a snake design. It's supposed to be more integrated and more durable. Also on the servo, there's a little hole on the bottom, I believe. See, there's little air holes right there on the bottom. Those aren't just air holes, but those are also holes just in case rocks and stuff go in. They can fall right through so it doesn't mess up your steering. I believe on the, if I remember correctly, I believe on the X Max, the battery trays open opposite direction as the new ones. So now they open from the inside like so. I also really like how they did the body clip thing for the battery trays so the batteries don't go flying out. The body clip system is like the TRX4, like the Bronco. You basically just set it on top. And I love this, by the way, because I hate the fact, I don't want to say hate. I'm starting to really dislike bodies where it takes a really long time to put them off and on. I've been really spoiled with the body clipless system that TRAXXAS has been doing, and this one is no exception. Basically, you just push it down, and then you unclip the body under, like so, and she comes off. We're gonna put wheels and tires on this thing because I want to drive it. I can't wait to tell you guys what I think of it. I'm super stoked. One thing I did notice, the wheel nuts come in a separate bag with your wheels and tires. They have the serrated wheel nuts, but those are like the smaller serrations. I have these in stock, in my stock, so these are the bigger serrated wheel nuts. These things are freaking awesome. So I'm going to use, this is my very first upgrade on the new TRAXXAS XRT. Really quick, as for the unboxing, TQI remote, one that we're all familiar with, also comes with optional gearing, stickers and stuff and manuals. I didn't go over the box panels, but here on the side, it does say it will go 60 plus with a 2346 on 2.4S, so on 8S LiPo. I don't know if we're gonna do that, we'll try it, but other than that, just different panels. Show you the panels really quick, nothing crazy. There you go. Oh, the colors. You guys probably want to see the colors. There are different colors. I got the green, needless to say. I'm a green guy, so I got the green. All right, let's see if we can do this. There we go. Ready to go. Oh, man, look how sick that looks. Oh, jeez, I can't wait to drive this thing. All right, here it is with a couple of size comparisons. Here is the X Max with the Wide Max kit, the XRT, and then the Sledge. So it's almost like if the X Max and the Sledge had a baby, it would be a really big baby and it would be the XRT. Was that a bad analogy? Anyways, that's what they look like side by side. I'm sorry if I went really fast to the features. I'm going to do a live feed tonight to address any questions or anything that you guys want to know more about it. We'll take a bigger in-depth look. But for now, I just got to get out and drive this thing, guys. I am so freaking excited! So the verdict is in. Needless to say, I freaking love this car. So I will say it is incredibly stable. And when I say incredibly stable, it's so stable. The first 2 battery packs we ran, I didn't even flip it over. Like, I seriously never wrecked. It's just that stable. The only time we did wreck was when Ethan was trying to do donuts and it came up on its side and kind of rolled over. But it's incredibly stable. And then when it comes to jumping, like one of my big complaints with the TRAXXAS X Max was whenever it jumped, it was a little unpredictable. Like you weren't sure what it was gonna do. Sometimes it would jump level, and then sometimes the back end would buck up, like donkey kick, and you would flip upside down or flip forward or endo. That's actually how I broke my X Max the last time. The back end bucked up and I went kind of nose down into the ground, hit the bumper first and broke the front bumper off and broke the front skid plate. So the XRT does not do that. Not only does it not do that, but whenever you do leave the ground, it's so controllable in the air. It almost handles, not even almost, it handles just like a truggy, which is crazy because it handles so much like a truggy. While I'm out there driving it, you sometimes forget that you're driving a large scale car because it's so nimble and so quick, incredibly fast. They must have done something with the throttle curve. Maybe they geared it up. That's probably all they did, was geared it up and did something with throttle curve. It's extremely smooth, extremely predictable, and crazy fast. I did put the GNSS analyzer on it, and we're clocked at 43 in the field, which I bet you on cement, that's really gonna be close to 50 miles an hour. Super fun. I could hand it over to Ethan, and Ethan's kind of, he's my youngest, he's kind of my crazy driver, and I would still be confident that he wasn't gonna wreck it. Like I could trust him with it. It's that stable. Another thing I really like about it, I think those tires are what the X Max needed. I felt like that was kind of a complaint on my X Max. The tires were kind of gave a little too much, and then you could put maybe like the Proline MX43s, but they were maybe too heavy, too stiff. The Sledgehammers are cool tires, but they also gave a little too much, had too much flex. I think the tires that are on the XRT are perfect. When I say perfect, it has a little bit of flex, so it handles like an off-road car. However, they don't feel like they explode off. So when Ethan did flip it over, you could tell it dipped out. The tire got really big, but not where it was like kind of shaking really bad or like the glue was coming off. No glue came off. The tires are, I think they're perfect for the car. And I think they're a perfect mix between off-road and on-road. And I think you're gonna get great performance out of both. With that said, I didn't really run it on-road, but if it handles that good on off-road, there's no way it handles bad on-road. Driving it is super fun. I actually turn TSM all the way off. Like, I like to turn TSM all the way off so I can get a feel for the car. And then if I feel like I'm having a hard time holding on to it, or I am spinning out a little too much, I'll turn it up a little bit. In this case, I turned it off, like right off the bat. Not one time did I feel like, maybe 1 or 2 times the back end would wash out, but it was because I knew it was gonna wash out, right? It would do a perfect amount of drift, like a slide. Like, you could basically come around a corner, it would start sliding, but you could throttle it and you could control the drift and just take off. It was super fun without TSM. You definitely don't need TSM with it, but if you want that added stability, turn that TSM up and it's there. Some things that I'm not a fan of, they didn't upgrade the servo situation. Like, they upgraded how it was mounted, but it's still that same servo that I did blow in my original X-Max. And the thing about that servo is you can do a conversion to a standard size servo. However, you get rid of that servo horn, and that servo horn is important because it goes all the way through and basically has a brace on each side, so there's not a lot of play in the servo. So basically, I did the standard servo conversion on my X-Max, and there's a lot of steering play. I don't really like it. Like, it does steer quick, but there's a lot of play in the steering. If you keep with the stock servo, there's not going to be as much play, but you don't really have very many options. You have the servo that it comes with and a middle gear servo. I'll probably end up putting the middle gear servo in it. But yeah, not a big fan of the whole servo situation on the XRT. The other thing is, I ran it, so we ran 3 battery packs. The second battery pack, I said, you know what, I'm going to run it hard. Because a car that big, I would think that maybe it would get really hot. I would see if I could overheat it. It did not overheat. Now, with that said, when I took the body off, that heatsink on the motor was super hot. I'm saying that because there's 2 gigantic fans on each side of the motor, or each side of the heatsink that go on the motor. I think those are necessary. I think if one of those goes bad, I bet you it will overheat. With all that said, that's all speculation. It did not overheat. Getting hot's not a problem. And if it does get too hot, it will go into thermal and then just cut it off. Once it cools down, it will go back up again. I didn't have that problem, but it does get really hot. So be careful after you get done running, especially on 8S, which I didn't try it on 6S. All in all, I love it. Went 3 battery packs, no problems, lots of fun. No breakages, no electronics issues, nothing. Turn on the notification bell and subscribe, because on the next video, I'm about to leave right now to a private testing session at the track, because the next thing we have to do with this thing is take it on the track, see how it handles. Super exclusive private testing session. We're gonna have the track all to ourselves, and we're gonna really get to feel how it handles on the track. Well, I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will see me next time. Later, guys.